Good evening, everyone. We hope you're doing well wherever you are. It is freezing here in Rhode Island, hence the hat. But we are excited to have you join us for this webinar this evening. This is our very first info session for the 2026 season. My name is Dan Murphy. I'm the manager for marketing and communications here with the Division of Pre-College and Undergraduate Programs. I will kind of be your MC for this evening. Um, Oops. Oop. And as you can tell, this is our first one. A general overview of tonight's session for you is we're going to be providing a general overview of Brown's pre-college programs for summer 2026. I will then introduce our panelist who is going to share some more information with you of what's new for 2026, what might have changed, provide a high-level overview of our programs, talk a little bit about our exciting student life activities and workshops, and everything that will be available online and on campus. And then we'll conclude with a Q&A. Tonight's session is being recorded and will last about 45 minutes or so. We will send the recording to you usually within a week or so of this webinar happening. Closed captioning is available tonight. So if you click on the CC button at the bottom of your screen, that will turn on the closed captioning. And then also throughout the presentation tonight, we do have QR codes available. So if you have your phone on you, feel free to have that at the ready. You can scan the QR code and it'll take you directly to that information we're talking about on our website as well, in case you want to bookmark or see anything more. A few things before we begin. Ask questions. The whole point of these information sessions for us is really to get your questions answered. Learn a little bit more about us, but then also ask your questions. You can ask questions using the Q&A button below. We have two of our amazing program advisors here with us this evening. They are behind the scenes, and they'll be able to answer a lot of those questions directly with you. We'll also have some time for Q&A at the end, and we got all of the pre-submitted questions as well, and we'll try to get through as many as we possibly can this evening. As a friendly reminder, all of tonight's information can also be found on our website, which you can go to here. precollege.brown.edu is our most up-to-date location for our information, frequently asked questions, and more. And all of our recordings of our webinars will also be hosted on our website throughout the winter as well. So let's dive in. Brown Pre-College at a glance. So each year, we welcome more than 6,000 high school students from over 70 countries, including all 50 of the United States. And these students choose to spend part of their summer with us, whether that's here in Providence, at locations around the world, or online. Our students typically explore over 300 courses that are offered that are intentionally crafted to reflect the undergraduate open curriculum here at Brown. The structure of our pre-college programs reflects the freedoms and the responsibilities that are a critically important part of the college experience. So as a result, our students will balance the challenge of college-level academics with enriching social activities that are available whether they choose to study in person or online. Regardless of which program you're interested in, the very first step in your Brown pre-college experience is going to be completing our application. So our application is actually designed to mirror the Common Application, which is used by many colleges and universities. So our application will help prepare you for that college application process, which includes adding transcripts and thinking through and crafting an essay based on a unique writing prompt. Our summer 2026 application opens on Wednesday, January 14th, and the deadline for submitting an application is Friday, May 8th. But we always recommend submit earlier, so that way you have the best selection of courses available to you. You can find our application checklist, which includes the essay prompts, grade requirements, and anything else you'll need to provide for a completed application by clicking on the Apply button at the top of our website. You'll also find a video tutorial that gives you a step-by-step instructions on how to complete the application. It includes walkthroughs and like screenshots of what the application looks like, which if you're a visual learner like myself, can be very helpful. And all of these things you can start doing before the application opens, so that way you can be prepared for when it does open. Admissions decisions are made on a rolling basis. Our decisions will be sent to students as they become available beginning on Monday, January 19th. In most cases, admissions decisions are made within 15 business days of receiving a completed application. Um, And we also like to remind everyone, in order to participate, students must enroll in a course after being admitted. So being admitted does not mean that a student is enrolled in any particular course or academic program. Even if you express interest in it, you have to then actively enroll in that course or program. So now that we have given you kind of a general overview of our application process and our timeline, let's transition to learning a little bit more about Brown Pre-College programs for 2026. So to go further in detail about our programs for this upcoming summer and the pre-college experience, I'm pleased to welcome tonight's panelist, Adrienne Marcus, who is the Dean for Brown University's Division of Pre-College and Undergraduate Programs. So welcome, Adrienne. I'm going to hand it over to you.
Okay, appreciate it. Thank you for giving all that information. Hello, everybody. I'm excited to be here tonight to share with you what makes Brown Pre-College so special and such a great place for young scholars to spend part of their summer. We're thrilled to be offering a full suite of 12 pre-college programs for summer 2026. Last year, we welcomed students to our programs here in Providence, at locations around the world, and in our online courses. We'll do the same this year. We have program locations in Europe and the United States, and we look forward to welcoming even more young scholars to our exceptional programs this summer. I'm going to share brief overviews of each of our programs. I will be sharing a lot of information, so please visit our website to find more information about each program, and also consider reviewing the recording of this info session once you receive it within a week. We also have videos from students, very importantly, including day in the life videos on our YouTube and social media pages that I encourage you to view. They show you a glimpse into what it's like to be a pre-college student online, in person, and at our program locations around the globe. Instead of just hearing about it from someone like me. And as Dan mentioned, we will have time for questions at the end of this session. So let's dive into our programs for 2026. Students who are admitted to Brown Pre-College can then choose from different types of programs, each providing a unique and rigorous experience via varying modalities and curricular focus. There's Summer at Brown, Course-Based Research Experiences, or CREES, Brown Environmental Leadership Labs, or BEL, Brown Experiential Education, or B, Brown Pre-College Online, the Leadership Institute, and the Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math, or STEM, program for rising 9th and 10th graders, and the Pre-Baccalaureate program. Each of these programs fall into one of three modalities: on campus, location-based, and online. On campus, students will study and live on the Brown University campus in Providence, Rhode Island. Students will live together in residence halls, take courses in our academic buildings, eat in the dining halls, and enjoy everything Providence has to offer. On-campus programs include Summer at Brown, Bell, Rhode Island, the Leadership Institute, and the STEM for Rising 9th and 10th graders program. Location-based students will study at a site away from the Brown University campus, but with Brown Pre-College instructors and residential staff. These include our B programs in Barcelona and Oxford, and the Bell programs in Alaska and the Florida Keys, which are designed to engage students in their surroundings through site visits and cohort-style learning. Third, Brown Pre-College online students will select from over 80 online courses and can study from wherever they are. Our online courses offer robust educational experiences and are offered in one of two ways: mostly asynchronous or blended. These courses are an exceptional mode of learning for those looking to take multiple courses, balance a summer job, athletic or family commitments, or if you simply want to study from the comfort of your own home. Summer at Brown, the Leadership Institute, and the Pre-Baccalaureate program offer online courses. So now let's explore each program in a little more depth. Sumner Brown is our largest program, with more than 200 non-credit courses ranging from science, technology, engineering, and math to the social sciences, humanities, and the arts. Courses will be offered on the Brown campus here in Providence, Rhode Island. You can decide to enroll in on-campus courses that are 1, 2, and 3 weeks in length, learning alongside peers from around the world who are as excited about learning as you are. Brown Pre-College online courses are 2, 3, 4, and 6 weeks in length and offer academic challenges and personalized feedback that you can access from wherever you are. In addition to your coursework, you'll have the opportunity to engage with other students in a range of informative activities and workshops. Excuse me. The next program is called the Course-Based Research Experience, or CRE. We like our acronyms here at Brown. This is a hybrid 5-week course, or there's a suite of courses where students learn online for the first 2 weeks and on campus for the last 3 weeks. In the CRE, you propose, design, and conduct your own research project, working on topics and seeking answers to questions that are currently unknown in that specific discipline. You will be able to embrace the challenge of college-level academics without the pressure of formal grades and credit, in classes taught by instructors just as interested in your learning as you are, alongside students just as engaged as you. Next, we have the Leadership Institute, and this is designed for students who are interested in creating social change and making a positive impact in their community. The Institute helps students strengthen their leadership skills while taking a course focused on specific areas of social justice and equity. You can study topics such as racial justice, educational access, and gender equality with students from around the world. In addition, you'll learn and practice a collaborative model of leadership in and out of class as you hone your skills in active listening, public speaking, problem solving, conflict resolution, and teamwork. The leadership is offered in 2 different ways: in a single 4-week online session and in 2 2-week in-person on-campus sessions. So regardless of which approach you take to participating in the Leadership Institute, you will be guided through the development of a comprehensive action plan of your choosing to address a problem and plan to affect change in your home or school community. Next, we have the STEM for Rising 9th and 10th Graders program, which provides students who will be entering 9th and 10th grades in the fall an option to choose one course from a range of unique and engaging offerings in the STEM disciplines. The STEM program is 2 weeks in length, and it is in person and on the Brown campus. Each course in the program will include challenging academic content with laboratory or field experiments, and a research project or design challenge that serves as a focus for your academic work. To complete the STEM experience, you'll give a final presentation that showcases your project for your peers, instructors, and family. And the pre-baccalaureate program is offered to rising and recently graduated high school seniors who are prepared for the academic rigor of credit-bearing undergraduate courses taken with current undergraduate students. Pre-baccalaureate students, we call them pre-bacs, enroll in classes alongside Brown undergraduates in the university's 7-week summer session. Courses available to pre-bacs span the liberal arts and are offered exclusively online, as are most of our undergraduate summer session courses. So far we've covered programs that occur online and take place here on our campus in Providence, Rhode Island. The following programs I'm about to review take place in person, but primarily off campus. So first, in our Brown Experiential Education, or B programs, you'll immerse yourself both intellectually and physically in a subject area while studying on location in Europe. We're thrilled to announce that we'll be hosting B programs in Barcelona, Spain, and Oxford, England this summer. In Barcelona, you will engage with the past and present of the city through its buildings and language by exploring its neighborhoods and learning about specific sites that helped make the city what it is today, all while immersing yourself in the Spanish language. In Oxford, you will immerse yourself in an introduction to biotechnology at one of the oldest and most renowned institutions of higher education in the world, Oxford University, with site visits in London and various other historic sites around England. You'll find these programs to be rigorous academic experiences with program locations carefully selected to enhance course content. This kind of experiential learning links the place you are studying with the content you are learning. The second suite of location-based programs is our Brown Environmental Leadership Lab, or BELL. BELL combines concepts in environmental studies, ecology, and leadership with a mission of developing socially responsible leaders. At BELL, you'll embark on a journey of learning and reflection while building community with the other student environmentalists in your program. In 2026, our BELL programs will be hosted in Alaska, Rhode Island, and in the Florida Keys. Our Rhode Island program will call Brown University's Providence campus its home base this summer. Students will be housed together as a cohort on campus and embark on day trips throughout Rhode Island while utilizing Brown's campus to explore research. Students can select from 3 courses offered this year. Students who head to our Alaska program will explore Alaska Native culture and history and cultural preservation, as well as Arctic marine and terrestrial ecosystems, while staying in Anchorage and making site visits to locations such as the Alaska Native Heritage Center and a local glacier. Students can select from 2 courses offered this year. And we are thrilled to return to the Florida Keys this summer. Students at our Florida Keys program will call the Marine Lab in Key Largo, Florida, their home base. Students will spend ample time on the water and take a deep dive into tropical marine ecology and conservation, looking at sustainable restoration of coral reefs and studying mangrove ecology. We think you'll find the variety of Brown's pre-college programs exceptional and impactful learning experience to suit a wide range of interests with multiple ways to engage with other intellectually curious and talented high school students on campus, online, and in other parts of the world. Keep in mind that each program has its own age and grade requirements and are offered for different lengths of time, which are available on each program page of our website. Some courses may also have prerequisites, which can be found at the bottom of each individual course page in the course catalog. The 2026 course catalog will be live on January 14th. So whether you're participating in programs online or on Brown's campus, you'll have access to a wide range of engaging opportunities that enrich your overall experience. By taking advantage of extracurricular activities and events, you'll be able to strengthen your connections to a robust community of peers while developing important personal and social skills, such as interpersonal communication, self-confidence, and time management. We're proud that the pre-college programs at Brown mirror the experiences you'll find on many college campuses, allowing you to explore your interests and connect to your peers in and out of the classroom. On campus, summer Brown students will have access to a wide variety of activities and events offered each day, and they fall into one of 3 overarching categories. There are educational and developmental workshops, floor meetings, and social activities. So I'll talk a little bit about each. First, there are educational and developmental workshops. We offer a series of workshops designed to help you prepare for the college application process, including but not limited to how to write a college essay, finding the college that's right for you, and financial aid. We also offer workshops about leadership development, identity exploration, and opportunities to engage with student organizations connected to some of these important topics, as well as other areas of interest. For students living on campus, you will participate in twice a week floor meetings aimed at helping you build meaningful relationships with a diverse group of peers while discussing various elements of transitioning to college life. The conversations are led by pre-college student life staff who are well versed in the various resources available on many college campuses, and many of whom are also undergraduate students who have recently navigated that process. So you'll leave with some concrete takeaways for how to make your transition to college as successful as possible for your unique circumstances. Finally, of course, we like to have fun and we like to provide opportunities for students to do the same. So each day we offer additional opportunities for you to socialize with friends and meet other students with common interests. Examples of past social events on campus include the campus dance, shown here, board game tournaments, paint nights, movie watch parties on the main green or in the pool at the fitness center, and recreational activities such as ultimate frisbee and yoga. So while I've primarily focused on our summer at Brown experiences, I want to point out that our B and Bell programs, as well as the STEM 910 program and the Leadership Institute, will also have their fully immersive student life experiences, including activities, site visits, and community development. Similar to students on campus and on location, we want all of our students enrolled online to be active members of the Brown community and make friendships with others in the program. I'm really proud of the offerings that we've provided in the last few summers and how we've been able to tailor them to the needs and interests of our online learners for future summers. Our online students will have ample opportunities to attend interactive and engaging webinars focused on college readiness, including writing a college essay, SAT and ACT prep, finding a good college fit, and more. We focus on making these events highly interactive and more engaging than a typical lecture-style webinar. So our webinars include group discussion, live Q&A, and a lot of reflective activities to keep you engaged throughout. These activities are available to all students enrolled with Brown Pre-College, not just online students, but we highly encourage our online students to participate in them throughout the summer. Virtual writing support for your classes will also be available, regardless of which program you are participating in. Finally, we spend a lot of time communicating directly with students throughout the year via email. This is in part to prepare students for what to expect when applying to and enrolling in college. However, we also want parents and guardians to be prepared for the summer, and you can do that in a number of ways, including familiarizing yourself with our website and program expectations, watching our videos, and reaching out with any questions. On Tuesday, January 27th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, we will be hosting a webinar specifically for parents and guardians that will provide additional information about how to prepare both your student and yourself for a Brown Pre-College experience. Your student is the primary point of contact for our communications. So as part of the learning is the student taking ownership of their engagement with us. So please make sure they are checking their email regularly. Once your student is accepted into the program, we also highly recommend that you check in with your student and look at their student portal together to be well prepared. This will help you as a parent and guardian support and advocate for your student. So with all that information, we look forward to engaging with you this summer, and I will be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you so much, Adrienne. There was a lot of information, but now's the important time where if you have any outstanding questions, please submit them below to the Q&A function. I've been watching it, and a lot of questions have been coming in, and our program advisors have been dutifully responding to them. So we're going to start off with a few pre-submitted questions. Um, so the first two I will take, Adrienne, and
Mhm.
these are two of the most common ones, which are what are the application deadlines? So again, the application opens on January 14th, which is also the day that our course catalog will go live. And then application closes on Friday, May 8th. And then the other question we get is program costs. How much does it cost? Like, are the costs different between programs? These are great questions. Um, so the best place to find that is if you head to our website, precollege.brown.edu, and at the very top, you'll see costs and aid. Just click on that, and then it'll take you to a table, and it'll show you by program, length of stay, all of that for costs and aid. So. So Adrienne, this was a pre-submitted question,
Mhm.
but this I've seen it come up quite a few times tonight in the chat function as well. First, are scholarships available? And two, are there scholarships for international students?
Yeah. Great question. So we do have scholarships available. Um, they are in a couple different buckets. Unfortunately, we are not able to provide scholarship for international students for summer 26. But let me share some of the options for those who are not international students. One is that we partner with a number of organizations and school districts around the country to bring students here to campus or online or to other locations. There's also a relationship we have with the Providence Public School District in our own backyard to ensure that those students who are in high school in Providence can participate. If you are a Brown employee and or a dependent of a Brown employee, there's also a discount. And finally, we have the Sibley Scholarship named after our founding dean. And that is more of a traditional need-based scholarship. We have a limited amount of funds. So my recommendation is that if you are interested in receiving scholarship, particularly through the Sibley Scholarship, apply right away
Mhm.
because the funds get used up pretty quickly. But if you apply early and then you'll submit a scholarship application, you should be in
Mhm.
good shape in the first couple of months when the program is the application is open.
Mhm. Right. Thank you. This question just came in, and I can take this one. Is the application process different depending on the type of program you want to apply to? For example, something on campus versus B or Bell. Great question. No, the application is the same. Um, so so essentially anyone who's interested in Brown Pre-College will complete the exact same application. And then and if you are admitted and you meet the age and grade requirements for a course or program, if it's still available, you can then enroll in that. I believe the only difference is if you apply for the pre-baccalaureate program, you complete the same application, but you are required to have a teacher recommendation, which is not required for all of the other programs. Um, Adrienne, very common question every year. Um, Living on campus. Do students live in residence halls? How are they grouped in residence halls? Any like just general information?
Sure. Yeah, students do who enroll in courses for on-campus programs will live in Brown's residence halls where undergraduates live during the fall and spring. Students are generally housed and grouped by the length of time they expect to be participating in the program. So students who will be on campus for 2 weeks will be housed with other students who will also be on campus for those same 2 weeks, even if you're taking a 2 week course, but somebody else is taking two 1 week courses, you're still going to be arriving and departing at the same time. Students can live in singles, but if they live in a double or triple, they will be housed with peers who are within 1 year of their age.
Great. Uh, Similar, and I apologize if you just answered this. 'Cause I'm just seeing some coming in as
Mhm.
well. Related to that, just room singles shared, and if shared, can a student request a roommate?
Yes. They cannot request a roommate. Yes and no. Yeah, that was confusing. So students cannot request a roommate, and we get requests every year. Um, people, students, and sometimes families are a little anxious about coming to a new place, and it's nice to be able to have someone who you already know living with you. That said, our experience, our many years of experience, indicate that students who live with someone they already know have a much more narrow experience when they're in a pre-college program. Um, and we've been told, no, I won't be like that, but it is what happens generally. So we do not honor roommate requests, and our goal here is to kind of broaden as many students' horizons as possible, meeting a lot of different kinds of people.
Yeah, thank you.
Mhm.
So we're getting a lot of questions about courses and kind of just like, is this type of course available this year, or is this subject, provided? And I can take this one.
Mhm.
Um, I can't speak to all of the subjects or all of the courses, but I will say is that the course catalog for 2026 will open on Wednesday, January 14th. But in the meantime, we do still have our course catalog up from last summer. So if you want to peruse and kind of see what kind of courses we provide. You can go through there. Quite a few of those courses are offered every year, but every year we also get new courses and new additions to it. So um, I would use that as a starting point to kind of see like what kind of courses, and you can choose and narrow down and filter by topic, by grade requirements, by age and program. So that's catalog. I believe that's precollege.brown.edu/catalog. But if you head to our website, it's at the very top of the website. You can click on catalog. So that's what I would recommend. Um, so I can take this one as well. I'm seeing this a few times in here. A common question we get is when applying, so it's kind of similar to the question we answered a little bit earlier, but when applying, am I applying to Brown Pre-College or am I applying to a specific program? So like if I'm interested in the STEM for rising ninth and 10th graders, am I applying only to that? Um, it's a great question. So when you're applying to Brown Pre-College as a whole. So Brown Pre-College is the umbrella, and then underneath that are the different programs. So you would apply just once, and then if you are admitted, whatever your grade and age requirements allow you entrance to, whichever programs and courses you can uh, enroll in any of those if there's space available. And that does mean if you want to enroll in more than one course across programs in the summer, I saw that being a question. You can do that. So, for example, if you want to take one summer at Brown course for 1 week and then the week after that take a leadership institute course, for example, you can do that. You don't need to apply separately to each of those programs. Um, Another question, which kind of that goes into that I'm seeing, which I can also take, and feel free to step in, Adrian, if I
Okay.
am missing. But can you register for multiple pre-college programs or courses at the same time? And so in general, we say yes, you can, as long as they don't overlap. So programs shouldn't overlap. So for example, if you're doing Leadership Institute, you wouldn't want to overlap a course with Leadership Institute with a summer at Brown. Just because of the nature of these programs, specifically Leadership Institute, for example, or B and Bell is just very encompassing and there's a lot going on. And we want you to have that experience and also have downtime and enjoy the fun part of the pre-college experience outside of the classroom. What we would say is if you have two programs in our courses in mind and you want to confirm to see if that's possible, reach out to us. Reach out to our program advisors and they can kind of walk you through like, is that something that they think would be doable or not doable? Um, and just
I think,
remember, oh, yeah.
go ahead,
I
Jen.
was going to just say, like, and also just keep in mind, like, course time commitment is typically about 3 hours a day per course. I believe Leadership Institute, it's a little bit longer than that. I believe it's 5 hours, if I'm
Mhm.
correct. Um, and then you have about 2 to 3 hours of additional coursework to complete each night. So you're in class for a while, you're doing homework for a while, and so while most students typically enroll in a single course at a time, we do want to ensure that you have ample time to participate in those on-campus recreational activities, relax, not have a stressful time, have an enjoyable time. So was there anything else you wanted to add, Adrian?
You got it all, Dan.
Okay. I'll pass this one to you.
Okay.
Um, Probably one of the most common questions I think we get is what are you looking for from an applicant?
Mhm. So there are a couple things. So we review applications holistically. So we're looking at all the information that an applicant provides to us to make a decision. So we're looking at academic performance, motivation, your interests, your English language proficiency, as well as the maturity and social readiness to be successful in our programs. So we're seeking academically high achieving and motivated students who provide a well-written application essay that highlights their intellectual curiosity, social maturity, and self-motivation.
Great. Adrian, are recommendations required to apply?
Yeah, so to piggyback on what you said earlier, Dan, recommendations are only required for the pre-bac program. Uh, that said, sometimes students want to have somebody else support their application, and that's fine. And basically, in your application, you name someone, and then we email that recommender a form that they fill out and submit to us. I want to note, though, that if you're not in the pre-bac program and you do decide to have a recommender, we'll be waiting on that recommendation, and your application will remain incomplete and not reviewed until it's in. So think about that. Sometimes teachers or counselors might get very busy, and it might take them some time. So just consider who you're asking and whether or not it's an important piece of your entire application.
Yeah. Adrian, we're getting some questions
Mhm.
about kind of like the logistics of living on campus and student life and, being a teenager and coming to a college campus. So the first one group of types of questions we're seeing um, are activities mandatory? Are they optional? Do you have examples of, some activities or off-campus activities that people do?
Sure. So for Summer at Brown, um, and Leadership Institute students, when they have the time, uh, activities, extracurricular activities on and off campus are optional. They're all optional and they take place all day long.
Mm,
So don't think that if you take an afternoon class, you're going to miss something because that's when the activities happen. They don't. They start in the
mm,
morning and they go until curfew. We have a lot of different things happening on campus. Some of them I said before, which include, things like, painting class, and yoga and depending on what students are interested in, sometimes we'll have a running club, sometimes we'll have a walking club. There are activities off campus. I think there's a walking ghost tour
mm.
of
There is.
Providence, which
Yeah.
is very popular. Sometimes we take buses to go to sporting events that are nearby. I believe there'll be some soccer this
Yeah.
coming summer around the area. Sometimes students don't actually participate in a particular activity on a day, but they will want to walk around Providence and get a sense of the city. Um, every week we have a campus dance. Um,
Mhm.
every weekend we have a block party on the main green with food trucks and other things. There's movie. There are so many things that are possible to do. For STEM 9-10 students, they have what we call fundatory activities. Really great activities, but all the students have to do them in that program. They don't have an option to bow out. So that could be doing escape rooms or again going to an athletics game or something. But they will be engaged together in those fundatory activities.
Yeah. Great. Thank you.
Mhm.
Um, so coming to a college campus, are students, when they're here, are they able to leave campus?
Yeah. It's a good question. So, if you haven't been to the Brown University campus, it is open and integrated into the city of Providence. And this is true for many urban universities, that their buildings are scattered around. It's not a kind of closed off space. So, students are able to explore Rhode Island and Providence as time permits. Um, in the rare instance that a student will be spending an overnight away from campus, or if they want to travel outside of the state of Rhode Island, they will be required to have their parent or guardian complete a permission form before they do so.
Perfect. And then one of the most common questions I'm seeing tonight is, can you talk a little bit about, are students supervised while they're on campus? Is there a level of supervision? What does that look like?
Sure. So each of the programs I talked about this evening have different structures. So, but in general, each on-campus program requires students to attend a class for 3 hours each weekday, complete out of class work each day, and abide by an evening curfew. Beyond that, summer Brown students are able to make their own decisions outside of those requirements, including ensuring they get to class on time and into their residence hall by curfew, getting to the dining halls for meals and eating healthy options, selecting and attending extracurricular activities. And that kind of freedom is really an important piece of our programs because time management and learning how to make good choices are among the skills that pre-college students start to use while they're with us so that when they get to college, they feel more prepared to do that there. So, in addition to the hours in and out of class for Leadership Institute students, they have additional required workshops and activities focused on leadership skill development. So they also have similar options outside of these academic requirements as the summer Brown students do. For STEM 910 students, in addition to the hours in class, they also have additional labs and other academic activities during the day. In STEM 910, staff have more oversight over these students than in Leadership Institute and summer at Brown, including, as I said, these fundatory activities in the evenings and on the weekend. Students participating in the B and Bell programs move through their entire day as a cohort. They attend class together, they have their meals together, they do research and explore their location together along with program staff.
Yeah, great. Thank you.
Mhm.
Um, so I want to be mindful of time. So um, I'm going to move forward. So um, a lot of questions came in. I think I saw well over 200 questions come in this evening. So we do have upcoming information sessions. So we will be doing this session again next week. But then after in the new year, we'll be hosting weekly info sessions where you can learn a little bit more about the specifics of each type of program and courses offered. You can find these on our website, or you can scan this QR code and start registering for those. But if there's a program or two that you're really interested in, you want to learn a little bit more, come to these sessions as we'll be able to dive a little bit deeper into them. Um, and if we weren't able to answer your question, please email us at precollege@brown.edu or give us a call. We have a fantastic staff of 5 program advisors, again, 2 of whom were here with us this evening answering questions behind the scenes. I say it every year. um, in these webinars, but they are the encyclopedias of our division. They can help you with any question that you have. If you need help trying to figure out, is this course right for you? For example, I think I saw a question that we weren't able to get to about STEM 910, and what is the level of academic rigor with some of those courses, and helping someone figure out should they do STEM 910 or do a summer at Brown if they qualify for both. Um, they will be able to help you with those. They can guide you through the process. They can answer really any question that you have. So give us a call or email us, and one of them will definitely reach out to you and help answer. And then again, follow us on social media. We are on all social media platforms. We try to highlight the student experience as much as possible. So if you really want to see what pre-college is like from a student perspective, see videos, photos, highly recommend following us. So. Thank you again to all of everyone who's here with us this evening. Thank you for joining us, for learning a little bit more about Brown Pre-College. Adrienne, thank you for taking time to chat with us this evening. Um,
Thank you, Dan.
Thank you. And so yeah, that's it. Thank you for joining us, and we will send the recording of this to your emails within the next week, week and a half. Have a lovely evening, everyone.
Bye-bye.